President Obama is how legitimate do you view the international?
The position of former President Mandela in terms of his health, he remains critical but stable. So nothing has changed so far. That's where the situation is. But we are hoping that it is going to improve.
System or justice system, but also having...
We have not changed policy. We are pursuing policies that were crafted together with Mandela as we started our democracy in 1994. What we've been doing is to enhance those policies, deepen them. And I believe if you look at South Africa, and perhaps if you take the continent of Africa, in 19 years, we have made such progress that no country in the continent has ever made in the history of decolonization. Well, thank you very much. We certainly...
Well, on Egypt, obviously we're all looking at the situation there with concern. The United States has supported democracy in Egypt. It has been challenging, given that there is not a tradition of democracy in Egypt. And the Egyptian people have been finding their way. Our most immediate concern with respect to protests this weekend have to do with our embassies and consulates. And so we have been in direct contact with the Egyptian government, and we have done a whole range of planning to make sure that we're doing everything we can to keep our embassies and consulates protected.
Thank you. Last one, Chris Maruleng, ANC.
I think the United Nations structure, which was created post-World War II, is going to have to be updated. How we do that, in what fashion, is complicated. It's difficult. And it involves all kinds of politics. I will say this, that an expansion of, let's say, the Security Council, that in which the continent of Africa had no representation, would be odd. But how that moves forward is something that I think will involve a lot of negotiations and a lot of discussions.
Policy goals in your final 3.5 years. And on the home front, student loans, gun control.
First and foremost in my mind is we still have a war going on in Afghanistan. I've still got young men and women there who are making enormous sacrifice, and families back home who are waiting to see their loved ones again. And us managing that transition properly so that by the end of 2014, our troops are out, and we've got a stable situation inside of Afghanistan, I think is going to require continued focus and attention.
Thank you for this opportunity. This is a question to both of the presidents here today.
Democracy is hard, it is messy, and in the Middle East, there are obviously all kinds of sectarian divisions that make it that much more challenging and dangerous. But I continue to believe that we have to invest time, energy, and effort in helping to midwife a more representative and more responsive governing arrangement throughout that region.
Very much. That brings us to the end of the press conference. Let's allow the heads of state to leave the room.
Thank you.